This is the What's Next podcast, Houston's #1 platform where I invite creatives to share their journeys and give us a depiction of their visions. Most importantly, the last question I'll ask is, what's next? Houston, Texas, man, it's your boy. Welcome back to episode number 48 of the What's Next podcast, a production of Still Visionary, Inc. The opening theme song is The Nice Guys Over Toast. And to my immediate right, I got one of the students that I coach at Waltrip High School with me. Before we get started with the episode, Adrian, I don't know if you want me to put your government name out there, but I'll say Adrian. I ain't going to say the last name. If you want to, you're entitled to do so. Let's introduce our social media handles so we don't disrupt the flow of the conversation when we get to that point.
You can follow me on Instagram and Twitter at FoFoPerp.
Okay.
My name is Adrian Zuniga. It's fine.
Okay.
That's what it is.
Okay, and my name is John Ross Dike II. I've been called Coach Dike. I've been called by my man at Waltrip High School as J Dollar, John Dollar. But you can follow me on Instagram and on Twitter at John Ross Dike and still _visionary. If you would, connect with me on LinkedIn, subscribe to my YouTube channel, like my fan page on Facebook, and visit my website at stillvisionary.com. That's STILLVISIONARY.com. For everybody listening to this podcast, you can do the same thing too. I got on the official What's Next podcast t-shirt that I give to all the creatives in the new year. And on the back, shop stillvisionary.com/apparel. So let me start here, man. I want to let you know that my favorite MC of all time is Nas Jones. Now, I'm not aware if you know who that is. Do you know who Nas is?
Yeah, Nas.
Okay. My favorite MC of all time is Nas, man. And I think that it was time for me to bring the new generation on the podcast. I want to welcome you to the What's Next podcast. You're the first teenager on my podcast, right? And I think it was time because, and we'll get into it a little bit later, but when I heard your records and we were in the weight room, you first said you rapped, I was like, I don't know. I was like, I don't know, being what I'm used to hearing, right? But then I recognized and I realized, rather, I was reminded that Nas wrote Illmatic when he was 19 years old. Okay. Right. And so when I heard your record For the Hood, which we'll play later on the episode, I said, I got it. We're going to bring Adrian on the podcast. But Houston, Texas, I also want to let you know that I want to say to you, man, congratulations on the win against, who did we play on Friday? Northside. Adrian put up 8 points, 8 crucial points. All jumpers, and we look to continue our dominance as we head to win district this year, the 2019-20 years. So shout out to you, man, for your dominance in game number 4, I should say. 5, whatever it is.
Thank you.
Okay, so I started a segment on the podcast last episode 47, which is now playing. And by the way, go ahead and buy Teach Like a Champion on Amazon. Eli Parker, one of my classmates from Booker T. Washington High School and the High School for Engineering Professions, wrote a book called Teach Like a Christian. Make sure you check that out. Buy that. It's a really good read. The first chapter that we talk about, actually the episode name is Stumbling Blocks, right? And so I want to make sure from that episode that I am not a stumbling block to the students that I coach and the students that I educate. But so the segment that I brought on a podcast last episode was I want you, if people don't make it to the end of the podcast, right? I want you to tell us what people should learn about you. And I want to start there first. What should people learn about you so that way if they listen to 10, 15 minutes of the podcast, right? They say, okay, well, Perp or Adrian is this and he wants to do this. What should people learn about you?
Well, you should know that that I'm really into this rapping.
Okay.
And that I wouldn't classify myself as the best or even close to the best because I know I'm still a beginner.
Yet.
Yes. Thank you.
Okay.
And I want to tell everyone that I'm gonna work hard for it, and that all the haters that doubted me and talking, just keep it going, cause I gotta feed off that stuff just like you.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna make it eventually.
Okay.
I'm gonna do it for the hood.
No doubt. No doubt. Okay, so creativity comes from experiences, right? And what I mean by that is we go through some form of experience creatively, right? Mm. And so where I want to take that segment and where I want to take it and ask you a question is, you start rapping when? How does that go about? What does that look like for you when you start? How do you start off rapping?
How did I start off?
Yeah.
Well, I guess like the people around me like made me start like wanting to do it.
Okay.
And like I was just chilling in the car with my pops, and we was on like we was on 34th Street.
Okay.
And we was just chilling and talking, and he was like, "Why don't you start this rapping stuff?" And I was like, "Man, I don't know, cause like look at me." Yeah. I'm like I ain't never rapped nothing, never even thought about this stuff.
Okay.
And then he was like, but look at the people around you and look who you grew up with. I grew up with people like Slim Thug and Zero. Like I've been in their houses, they talk to me, but we would never talk about rapping stuff because, you know, I was never a rapper. Like I was never into that.
Yeah.
But then I look and like, even back in the day, we used to live in a studio, and I didn't even know what a studio was. I thought it was just a place people hang out and just do whatever they do.
Yeah.
And my dad used to work for this Mexican rapper. Yeah, he would be Mexican.
Okay.
And his name was Pancho V.
Okay.
And he would tell me like that the rapping was like, he loved it. Like that's all he wanted to do in his life. He was like, it's more to it. Like it makes you happy, your family, the people around you. That's what he wanted to do. And I always remember that. And I was like, man, maybe one day I want to be a rapper, but I never thought I could do it.
Okay.
I never thought I had a voice.
Mm-hmm.
So when he told me that in the car, I was like, oh yeah. I was like, man, forget it. Let's do it. I was like, let's do it. Come on, let's set it up, do all this, do all that. And I was like, and he was like, oh yeah, for sure. And I was like, all right, bet. So like a couple months later, he telling me, I got a studio. Let's go there and let's see what you're gonna do.
Okay.
So when I got there, I met my engineer actually that's right now.
Okay.
His name is Gares Music.
Okay.
And
is this the guy that produced all your records?
Yeah, mixed it, everything.
Okay.
And he was telling me, he was like, that just believe in yourself, just do what you do, and just rap in the mic, rap what you think.
Okay.
And at that time, I was going through girl problems.
Okay.
Like girl problems. This would be my first song, which is called No Love.
Okay.
And it's about me not wanting to be in love, me talking about how they're just in the way and how they want me now, but didn't want me back in the day.
Yeah.
And when I was thinking about it, and it all just came to my head, we were writing together. I love writing. Like that was like my main thing. So writing that would be like super easy, like writing about it.
Okay.
And so we were writing. He was telling me, all right, this sounds nice. Let's put it on the track. So I'm rapping it. And they're telling me, nah, bro, that you not doing good. You not doing good. And I was like, what am I doing wrong? They not messing with it. I was like, man. So it took us like 10 tries to do it. So we're going back to back and back, and I'm just giving up. So I just sat down and quit. And they were like, why are you quitting for? Like, look at you. You this is not who you are. My dad will always tell me that I'm a leader, to keep going, to believe in what I'm doing, and just keep pushing and pushing. So he was talking to me, telling me how I'm a good person, how I could do this. I just gotta want to do it.
Yeah.
If you don't want to do it, then you ain't gonna do it.
Yeah.
So I was like, all right. I took that, and I was like, man, come on, let's make this. Let's make this already. So I get to the mic, and I cannot fall in love. Like I'm really rapping this stuff, and I'm really feeling it. And then push come to shove, end of the song, they loving it. Everybody in the studio turning up.
Okay. So I'm gonna put that song right under while we talking about it. So the reason Houston, Texas, I want to say to everybody listening to this podcast or watching this podcast for the first time, Happy New Year. We're back in the White Room. It's a recording studio on the northwest side of Houston, Texas. I actually work, and he actually attends a school right down the street, Waltrip High School. Like I said before, he's one of my athletes on my team. So this is when I knew that I needed to bring you on the podcast, if not for your story, but just for the fact of let me explain. Okay, so I listen to a lot of SXM radio, right? And I was listening to, you know who Lou Got Cash is?
Lou Got Cash?
Yeah, Lou Got Cash. He's a rapper like yourself from New York, right?
Okay.
And a DJ said that he decided to work with him because of the fact of how hard his friends were going for him. Right. And so when we were in the weight room, and I was like, let's play that perp. Let's see how it works. Because you know, when you hear a jam in a weight room, it pushes you to go harder. Right. So that For the Hood come on, and I start to really sit back and enjoy it. I start to listen to it. First of all, the beat caught me.
Right. Oh yeah.
The beat caught me, right? And so I'm listening to the beat, and then my head starts to nod, and I'm looking at Coach Babin. Shout out to Coach Babin. And we looking at it, and we just like, hold on, this kind of go hard. But it wasn't until I look around the weight room and I see all your friends rapping your record. Kobe comes across. He comes across right in front of me while I'm putting the jerseys on the little bench, and he's rapping your record word for word, right? And so I said, okay, it's time. It's time to bring this young man on the podcast and talk about the journey. So your first record was No Love, right?
No Love, yes, sir.
Okay, we'll get into For the Hood, the clean version. We'll get into For the Hood in a few minutes, right? So, any particular reason why your records are 2 minutes long? I noticed. Hold Me Down was 2 minutes long. I noticed that For the Hood was 2 minutes long, and No Love, the first time I heard it might have been 2 minutes if I'm not mistaken. Why did you choose to make your records 2 minutes?
I said the exact same thing to everybody in like the studio, because when I work with a team. Like I work with my dad, my engineer. We all thinking of words, we putting it together, and then bam, slapping it on. And I asked them that question, and what they told me was, when the song is shorter, people want to play it back.
Okay.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
Shorter,
yeah.
And then say if it's like long, they like, okay, we heard it. Now play another song.
Okay.
But he said for like the plays, and you want to get more plays, and people play it back to back to back and get the lyrics down quick.
Yeah.
Then we just gonna make it short.
Okay.
It ain't got to be that long. We want them to enjoy it, and then play that again, and then rap the lyrics again.
Okay.
And then, yeah.
Okay, that makes sense. That makes really real sense. Okay, so you're rapping. How does the approval or the what's the word I wanna, the appeal to your friends come about? So when you first, your dad tells you that you should try rapping. What is that first conversation like when you start talking to your friends, especially the ones that prototypically, air quote, we should say rap, like all your black friends? How does that go about coming when you say, hey, I'm gonna rap now, or check out my record, this is how it sounds?
Well, I could tell you this: ain't nobody believing me at all. Even my closest friends, they like, man, you ain't got that in you. You ain't got that hood in you. You ain't got no love in you. You ain't got nothing in you. You just a Mexican kid. Go do something else. Yeah. And then, well, that really pushed me to, oh yeah, I'm finna do this music stuff for sure.
Okay.
And I always grew up in like the hood area, the neighborhood and all that. But I would never like say I'm a gangster, or I say I do stuff that I really don't do. Yeah. But still, like all this rapping stuff, it's for anybody. Anybody could do it. Yeah. Anybody could do it. I mean, you got black dudes rapping country music. Yeah. Lil Nas X blew up instantly. Yeah. Okay. All that stuff. And I just took that to consideration, and I was just like, all right, come on. Well, I'm going to show y'all what's up. Mm-hmm. And then now they all jamming my music. Yeah. They all loving it.
And that's what I liked about it. I liked the fact that I could look around, and I was just like, I was in class one day, and I said, you know, I actually posted a video the other day. Dakayla and Jordan recorded this video, and I said, "Hey, that For the Hood record go hard." And they recorded me. I posted on the Instagram the other day. So let's talk about the fact of memorizing your lyrics. How do you go about memorizing your lyrics?
Well, for memorizing what I do, I mean, like I said, we write and we write and write and write. And then it's like we take takes, like how you do with the whole recording and everything. Yeah. It takes takes and takes. I mean, I'm talking about we went back and over again. And then, like, sometimes we'll even punch in a line. Like, I'm just hearing it, and then boom, I come in it. Boom, 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 boom. And then we just keep doing it. And sometimes it takes a lot, and sometimes it don't. Some people would think, like, oh, making a song, 2-minute song is like, what? It's going to take me like 20, 30 minutes? No, sir. It took me like 5, 4, like 6 hours just doing my first song.
Yeah.
But I take that as a good thing, though, because I want it to be perfect. I'm not trying to just say anything and then it be garbage. You wouldn't have me on if my stuff was garbage.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, that's a fact. Good, keep going.
But yeah, I had to take that, and I just have to take my time. Yeah. There's no reason to rush it. If I rush it, then it ain't gonna slap. It's just gonna be garbage. Who's gonna jam my stuff?
Yeah.
If I want to be a rapper, I want to drop some real stuff.
Okay.
And even if that, I couldn't even tell you, man. It take me so many times.
It's okay. Like a fool. Right now. I mean, when I first did my first podcast, it wasn't the best. You know what I'm saying? It took me a couple of times. I had to say, hold on, let me start over again because I'm stuttering right now. I didn't know exactly what to say.
Right.
So this is what I want to do. I want to play For the Hood one time so everybody can hear what I was jamming last week and I've been jamming today. Houston, Texas, you're listening and watching episode number 48 of the What's Next podcast, a production of Still Visionary Inc. And this is For the Hood by Fofo Perp. Peace and blessings.
Oh man, okay, all right.
Back in the booth, it's Fofo Perp. Where I'm from, they be cooking the work. Goons lurking, get you put on a shirt. Acres home, I'm good on that turf. This for the hood, I'm dodging and ducking police. Right out the mud, so I hustle to eat. All I had be 100 with me. My taste got increased, cause I'm running the streets. My partners keep like monsters. All of my souls, we be mobbing. You don't want problems, you got a problem. It better add up or watch how we solve it. They say I'm too cocky. I got a dime in a shotty. Look in the back, it's my side piece. My other side piece if you try me.
Houston, Texas, man. Round of applause for the hood. So I mentioned before that Nas is my favorite rapper of all time. I'd like to know who your influences are.
In the whole rapping?
Yeah.
I would have to take it with. It has to be Slim Thug and Zero.
Okay.
It gotta be them two.
Okay.
Just because I grew up around them. They taught me things. They still tell me things. And even shout out to my Uncle Heb who be working with them.
Yeah.
They keep telling me to push it, and that's where I got the being a whole different rapper. I don't just rap about one genre when I all my songs that I put out. No Love for the Hood, that's a love song, a hold me down love song. For the Hood, a hood song.
Yeah.
And then I got that all Zero being the slow, sad, talking about women and stuff. I got that No Love. And in the hood, I'll give it Slim Thug.
Yeah.
I want to be different. Okay. And then them two influencing me very good, and shout out to them for sure.
Okay. So I listen to a lot of podcasts, and the aspect of putting your music out there and letting your audience choose your singles come up in a lot of the podcasts I listen to. The new guys, rest in peace to Juice WRLD. How about Lil Uzi, Migos, and all of them? How do you feel yourself compared to them? How do you feel that their music has influenced you or not influenced you at all? Because this is the reason why I say that. It's really difficult now to talk to the youth and say, hey, Nas is the greatest. Right. Because they're going to be like, who? But as an MC, I imagine that you listen to all kinds of music.
Oh, yeah.
How did they influence you, especially seeing that how easily they came, well, not easily, but how successful they are and how quickly they blew up? How do they influence your music?
So, I mean, people like Lil Uzi and Young Thug, like, not really, because like they rap kind of different, like they sound different. But I would say like the Migos and the Baby, I would say them. Now, and Elite Chopper, of course, but I would say them three because like the way they rap and their ad libs, and I listen to the Baby because of his lyrics. I want to be a lyrical man. Like I don't want to just say random things. Who gonna enjoy that? Nobody. And even Slim told me that he was like, yeah, it gotta be the lyrics.
Yeah.
It gotta be the lyrics. So I listen to the Baby because he be saying lyrical things. Like he don't just be saying dumb stuff. Yeah. And he was talking about how his father died and how he blew up, and he was just saying like words that were like, dang, I ain't never heard that word before, and it slaps.
Yeah.
And then like the Migos with their ad libs, they ad libs like they be going crazy. Yeah. And I just love stuff like that. And then how like all rock together and how they're all good. Yeah. They're all good. I wouldn't say any of them are bad. Yeah. And then Elite Chopper. Now, that's how I got For the Hood. Yeah. Cause I know you heard how the beat drop.
Yeah.
I got that from him.
That's what really caught me on that record. Go ahead.
I love the beat drop. That's all in that lead. And then it was just that's who I would be influenced by. But still, like you said, like I listen to everybody. Like if you was going like slap on some Tupac, I'm gonna listen to it and I'm gonna know every lyric. Yeah. Because he was a lyrical man. Yeah. And like Big E and just like I listen to all types. Like I wouldn't say like I know I'm part of the new generation and all that, but I listen to old music like a lot.
I think it's beneficial to be able to understand how music evolved, how you can brand yourself off of that type of music. You know what I'm saying? So I'm listening to "Hold Me Down," right? Which I'll talk about in a second. But I'm listening to "Hold Me Down," and I love the way that you take a softer approach to pulling in a different crowd. More importantly, the women, the girls, right? Let's talk about that record. How did you come up with that record?
Oh, Hold Me Down. Like you said with the women, my pops told me that. He was like, women are gonna be like the most loyalest fans you want. Mm-hmm. You don't want a whole lot of men at your show. You want a whole lot of women at your show. Yeah. Because they the ones that gonna dance to your music. They're gonna be the ones to show their girlfriends music and all that. Yeah. And it all starts with the women. Yeah. And the Hold Me Down was about. It was really for people that are sad because I've been seeing a lot of depressed people and what they've been going through. And Hold Me Down, like it's just for the people that are like sad. It's for the women. Yeah. I know the women are gonna like it because my mama like it. Yeah. Everybody like it. Yeah. So the other teachers at the school, they like, oh yeah, this the one for sure. Yeah. And really, Hold Me Down is like no one really talks about Hold Me Down because, of course, I ain't got no music video for it, and then not everybody. They really looking at the music videos because if you check on YouTube, like that's where most of my views come from. Yeah. And Hold Me Down though, yeah, I'm glad you talked about that one because that's one of my favorite songs for sure.
Yeah. So where was I gonna go? So where was I gonna go? I lost my train of thought. Damn. So okay. Lyrics you mentioned, and again I gotta go back to my this is one thing that I've noticed about a lot of Houston rappers outside of Calleon. This is who I learned outside of Calleon, outside of Scarface, outside of Propane at one point in time, right? Right. What I would say to you is, first of all, let me go here. So what part of the city are you from?
What part?
Yeah, what part? Where you from in the city?
Acreshomes. What you mean? The 4-4.
Okay, you're from Acreshomes. Okay, what middle school did you go to?
Middle school. I went to a middle school over here by the acres. Jesper White Oak.
Okay.
Jesper White Oak.
Okay, so what I would say and what I'm missing in a lot of Houston rap is the storytelling. Right. You know, being able to describe Acreshomes in a nutshell. Like in For the Hood, you said 4-4, that's my turf. What else did you say in that record? You say 4-4 is my turf. No, you said I'm 4-4. I'm good on that turf.
Mm-hmm.
And then you said me and my brothers, we came from the dirt. What does that look like when you say we came from the dirt?
Like my brothers, I mean like my actual brother.
Mm-hmm.
Like I mean we came from like a bad area in Acreshomes.
Yeah.
Well, our house, it wasn't even a house, it was an apartment.
Yeah.
And then staying with my dad, living with my dad too. I'm telling you, we literally lived in the studio.
Yeah.
Like we didn't really have like good stuff. Now you see me living, and now I'm in Acreshomes in a nice area with a nice house, and then coming from being that down is amazing. I thank God for that.
Yeah.
But when I say that, I really mean that stuff. And Acreshomes, I am good on that turf. Yeah. Everybody know me.
I like that. I like one thing I like to say. One thing that Nas does really well is he describes Queens to a point where you can see it. And when you visit New York, you can see those historical landmarks that he talks about, like the Van Expressway or Grand Central Station. You can see that. I would like more Houston rappers to describe, like, prime example, Maxo Cream has a record on, it might be Brandon Banks. He has a record on Brandon Banks called Bissonnette. Well, anybody from the Southwest knows that Bissonnette runs all the way through A-Leaf from like, so that you got the southwest side and then you got Southwest A-Leaf, Texas. So Bissonnette runs all the way past the street that I grew up on, Fondren, right?
Right.
But I want more storytelling so that way when you close your eyes, anybody can visualize Houston from where they are. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And that's why I always reference or I always say Houston, Texas, just in case the people that are not in the city know exactly where I'm talking about geographic wise, right? And storytelling is a big key component that I feel that a lot of rappers now, especially the youth, they're not doing well, except for YBN Corday and a few of the other ones, right? So let's go here. What song's on your mind?
What's on my mind?
Yeah.
And now that you mentioned the whole historic thing, I have this unreleased song. It's called 4-4 Freestyle.
Okay.
Yeah. And it's talking about, no, it's not called 4-4 Freestyle. It's some song I got with, his name is Mario Bay. Shout out to him. And it's, we don't got a name for it. It's unreleased. And I was talking about, because the street I live on is called Paul Quinn.
Okay.
Right there in Acreshomes.
Okay.
Paul Quinn. And then I was talking about, I was talking about the school, and I was talking about everything and all the people around it. And I like how you said, like, how you got to talk about more about your area, like Maxo Cream. That's what I did.
Yeah.
I love stuff like that because I see that's what people like.
Yeah.
I don't want to be just like a person that blows up talking about money, guns, and doing stuff I know they ain't doing.
Yeah.
They just want to be cool.
Yeah.
I want to talk about my area because I'm really good on that turf.
Yeah.
Like I don't want to talk about it. I want to put Acreshomes on the map.
Okay.
Just like Travis Scott.
Yeah.
How he put over there for Mo. I want to be just like them.
Yeah.
Megan, Slim, Sauce.
Yeah.
Everybody. I want to put Acreshomes on the map, and I'm gonna do it real soon.
I'm gonna say I'm gonna give you one of the songs that's on my mind. I wanna go with "Hold Me Down" for sure. I listened to that song a few times today. I want to go For the Hood for sure. And I want to go with Pat Barrett, The Way. It's this Christian gospel song that I was listening to this morning. And I'm gonna just throw one more in there. I'm gonna throw Nas in there. I'm gonna go New York State of Mind Part 2 because that one right there is a real vivid story. You need to listen to that one. So today is January the 19th, 2020. And we got 347 days left in the 2020 year. What do you hope to attain in 247 days?
Well, I hope I attain being very, very successful. I want to obtain millions of followers.
Okay.
I just want to obtain love.
Okay.
I want everybody to be rocking with me. All the hood, everybody, the whole Houston community. And I just want to put on for the H-Town and showed them that working hard could get you places.
Okay.
And that's all I really want to do.
Okay. So you when I looked for your music on Apple Music, I saw For the Hood, I saw Hold Me Down, I saw No Love. What was it? Okay, so it was, what was that last one featuring GT Garza?
Oh, Fofo Tipping.
Fofo Tipping. GT Garza, I think that there was a kid from my neighborhood named GT Garza when I was younger. Is he from the Southwest? Because he said the Southwest in that record.
Yeah.
He might be, how old is he? Do you know how old he is? He might be, if I'm 35, he might be closer to my age, right? Yeah. So then that's him. Right. So how did you link up with him? Because he's Hispanic too.
Right.
Yeah, he's from Farm Meadow, I believe. He grew up with he used to rap with a kid, Obi. He used to rap with Obi from my neighborhood. Obi's like this big time artist in LA, who went to Obi went to West Side, I think. But GT Garza, I don't know if he went to Westbury or West Side, but he might be my age if we talking about the same guy. How did you link up with him?
I linked up with him because of Slim. Of course, he knows them, and my dad. My dad is very good with his manager.
Okay.
And I met his manager in person, very nice person. And I just went to GT house. Like, my dad just was like, you want to do a song with this kid named GT Garza? I was like, who GT Garza? And I'm listening to him, and I'm like, oh yeah, he the Houston community too. And he Mexican, and then that's all it's gonna click.
Yeah.
And then we go to his house, and then he got all kinds of stuff, like crazy stuff. And I ain't think he was good.
Yeah.
I ain't think oh, I don't know him, so he must not be good.
Yeah.
But then as I got to know him and I started listening to his music, I'm like, hold on, wait a minute. He's slapping. Like, he nice. And so when we was I already had the song down. Like, I already recorded it, and we were just waiting on him because that's what my dad told me. And so we go to his house, and he has like his own stuff in his house, and I'm like, dang, you doing it like that? So he playing the song out loud, and then he just writing his music right there on his phone. He just typing it in, and I'm talking about he get it done in 30 minutes. He got it done fast. And
he's been rapping since I was in high school. GT. If we're talking about the same person,
I'm pretty sure we are.
He's been rapping since I was in high school because he used to rap with Obi back in the day. Go ahead.
Right.
You don't know who Obi is, but go ahead.
Right. But yeah, we was at his house and finished it, and we got it done. And that song too, that no one really knows that song either. But that song right there, man, that song nice. And the way he ran it, and the way he was flowing on it, and the way how we were just talking about, we just trying to do a remix to Slim stuff. That's all we trying to do. Yeah. But we was just like mixing the words, and then that was just because that's what we want to do. I mean, we're allowed to do that because of course he gonna listen to it, and that's what he wants. Like, that's what he wants us to do. And I don't know. I mean, he's a very good person though, for sure.
Yeah. So let's talk about your team, your immediate team outside of your dad and your engineer. How do your friends help you distribute your music? You know what I mean by that?
Yeah.
Okay.
They be sharing it.
Okay.
They be sharing it and telling people, and that's why I be telling like my real close friends. They have a lot of followers and stuff, and I tell them, well, man, y'all spread the word, and then it's gonna get done.
Yeah.
When No Love dropped, that's when it was like I was in like a month in Waltrip because I came like in the
second
middle.
semester last year?
Yeah.
Okay.
And I didn't really have that many friends. I only had one person, Jadarius Minor.
Okay.
And only had him. And so I didn't really have like.
And what was the other kid name that he I think he used to hang out with Robert. I seen him on one of your IG pictures. Oh, by the way, I was supposed to follow you on Instagram. I do that to every guest that comes on. My bad. Keep going.
Oh,
what was his name?
Keon?
Yeah. He left-handed.
Left-handed.
I think he tried to play basketball last year. Yeah. What was it? Where did he go to?
Oh, he went to Eisenhower.
Okay. Him, Jadarius, who else?
Those are the only. Oh, and some kid named Big Will.
Okay.
He in 11th grade.
Okay.
And I only had those friends, and then I only had them. The only people follow me on Instagram. So what happened was when No Love dropped, no one really knew I was a rapper, and apparently all the females liked me when I went to the school. So I was like, shoot, they all started following me. And so when No Love dropped, I was during class. And then I had Jadarius in that class and Keon in that class, matter of fact. And we telling everybody, and we was like, oh yeah, No Love drop, bang, bang, bang. Tell everybody in the school. So by the end of the school, everybody coming up to me like, oh yeah, let me get your autograph. No love hit.
Go ahead.
Oh, I mean, well, I knew this female. Well, yeah, I knew this female too, but we weren't clicking because of certain things. Yeah. And everybody thought the song was about her, actually. Yeah. But it wasn't about her at all. It wasn't. It was a lot going on between me and her. But yeah, it was like everybody spreading the word. And I'm talking about I gained 500 followers in 2 days. And I already had 500 followers, so I gained another 5, and I had 1,000 followers. I was like, dang. We really did push, and now everybody in Walter following me. Mm-hmm. And that's how I started clicking with everybody else.
So what are your plans for a full-length EP, LP, or whatever? What are your plans for that? Oh. Are you going to shoot a video for Hold Me Down first, or are you going to keep writing and keep producing and dropping singles at a time?
Oh yeah. We do have we got an EP coming out.
Okay.
We do. It has 8 or 9 songs on there. I'm not sure yet. Okay. We ain't really finished it yet. Okay. But it's called Raising the Game, and I have posters for that. And it's called Raising the Game, and it actually has Acreshomes historical, like something like about Acreshomes, and it was nice. And it's called Raising the Game for sure. And then that song, like that whole EP, like I think is gonna where I'm gonna take off. Okay. And then when you said the videos, Hold Me Down and Fofo Tippin', we don't have anything yet for Hold Me Down. Okay. Fofo Tippin', we got a Cadillac which is all purple. Yeah. And it got slabs on it and it say Fofo on it. Ooh, we waiting for that one. That one's gonna be nice.
Okay.
And then we got a video coming out. I don't know when it's coming out, but shout out to Skrilla, my cameraman. But yeah, it's a song for an unreleased song though. Okay. But yeah, that's all we got going on for the EP and all that.
Okay. So most importantly, the last question I'll ask you is, what's next for 4-4 Perp?
What's next? Well, all I can tell you is that what's next is this EP, and that's where I'm gonna take off. Okay. And that's where it's gonna start. Okay. Because it hasn't begun yet. Okay. So what I like to do on every podcast is I like to come bearing gifts, and the gifts that I have for you are 2 T-shirts. One is an exclusive SVI T-shirt that I give to every creator that comes on the podcast since last year, and then this one is an exclusive What's Next T-shirt, podcast logo, and on the back stillvisionary.com/apparel, and I want to give that to every creative that comes on the podcast to show them my appreciation for coming on and telling me their stories. Do you have Super Bowl predictions? By the way, the 49ers beat the Packers, so now it's the Chiefs and the 49ers. Do you have football predictions? I got Chiefs all the way.
Got the Chiefs all the way. Okay. Houston, Texas, we're on the eve of Martin Luther King Day. We wouldn't be here without his sacrifices. We want to take time to acknowledge his greatness and thank you for the sacrifice, Dr. King, as we have tomorrow off. This episode is dropping on the 21st of January, man. Houston, Texas, I do what I do for myself to prove that I can do it for others. Peace and blessings.
Yo, it feel like 95, Sachi on my body, Biggie, Jigger, Puffy, all that ballin' is a hobby, and I'm wildin' in my wallies, them valleys, no Pilates, more way get you more wet, not that's these Spumante. In my crystal ball, I see crystal. I crystal y'all with that. I saw the sign like Ace of Spades. That Ace of Spades get cracked. I'm like, cheers to the money guys, the Willie niggas who buy them bottles and then they spill these liquors. Yo, salute my dude. I see you, dog. 5 bottles, 1 dick. Why I need 2 bras? I know I'm out of line, but love is shower time. You know it rose rain when your cloud is 9. Get off that high ass hussy. This a private party. Been on my dick too long. Your breath on private party. You gon' be nice or naughty. These walls on priceless Audi. This the upper crust. Fuck is up. Over and done. Overdose. Yes, we did it again. Sipping with no remorse. We gon' do it again.